What do we know about Morgan's appearance in The Boys? Well, fans of the long-running CW series Supernatural will be pleased to hear that Jeffrey Dean Morgan has joined the cast of the Amazon superhero series for Season 4. This marks the second time that Morgan and the show's creator, Eric Kripke, will work together again. Kripke is also the showrunner of The Boys. Here's everything we know so far. To begin with, let's look into some specifics of the subject. Season 4 of Amazon's The Boys will have guest appearances from The Walking Dead's Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Supernatural's Jared Padalecki. Details about the character he will play are being kept under wraps. Morgan's participation in the series will reconnect him with Supernatural creator Eric Kripke, who also acts as The Boys showrunner. During his stint on the CW series, he played the recurrent character John Winchester. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a super fan of the show, so he and I are talking. Kripke recently told E! News of his efforts to secure Morgan's participation in the forthcoming season. We're working on something for Season 4. Nothing is set yet, but he and I are conversing and emailing to see if we can work it around his hectic schedule. So keep an eye out for that. Moving on, what do we know about the actor Dean Morgan's cinematic career? Morgan can be seen in the 11th and final season of AMC's The Walking Dead. Morgan will resume his role as Nemesis Negan in the new spin-off series Dead City, which will air in 2023 following the conclusion of the hit zombie series. One more recent project is Friday Night In with the Morgans, which debuted on AMC in April 2020. Morgan and his wife, Hillary Burton Morgan, produced and hosted the chat show, which was shot from their home in upstate New York during the early days of the COVID-19 outbreak. Grey's Anatomy for ABC, Magic City on Starz, and Weeds for Showtime are among his other small screen credits. Recent film roles include Brad Peyton's Rampage for Warner Brothers starring Dwayne Johnson and Naomi Harris, Tom Wright's Walkaway Joe starring David Strathairn, Dennis Tanowitz's The Postcard Killings starring Famke Janssen, and The Unholy starring Michael Chiklis and based on the best-selling James Herbert novel Shrine. Morgan is represented by UTA, as well as Goodman, Ganau, Schenkman, Smelkinson, and Christopher. Up next, is Season 4 of The Boys confirmed? Amazon officially renewed The Boys for a fourth season in June, shortly after the fourth episode of Season 3 was released. Speaking for the cast and crew, we're so thankful to Sony, Amazon, and most of all, the fans for embracing the show and allowing us to do more, said the show creator Eric Kripke. We're excited to continue Butcher and the Boys' fight against Homelander and the Seven, as well as remark on our weird society. Furthermore, this is the first time in history where exploding genitalia has resulted in tremendous success. Following that, when can we expect to see the next season of The Boys? Although the Season 4 premiere date has yet to be announced, let's look at how the show unfolds typically from episode to episode. The show's first season was filmed between May and October of 2018, and it debuted on Amazon Prime Video in July of the following year. Production for the second season began in July 2019 and lasted through November. In September 2020, the show will return to the streaming service. That period grew dramatically during epidemics. Season 3 production began in February 2021, and because COVID-19 required the cast and crew to take numerous additional safety precautions, filming was prolonged until September. On June 3, 2022, the first episode of the season aired. If filming for Season 4 is anything like past seasons, we should expect it to wrap around March 2023, give or take a few weeks. If all goes as planned, we hope Season 4 will premiere in the second half of 2023. Moving on, what is the plotline of The Boys Season 4? Kripke considers his season finales to be pilots for future seasons, so we already have a good idea of what to expect. We don't think there'll be as much of a time jump as there was between Seasons 2 and 3, according to what we know about Billy Butcher, Urban. The Season 3 finale showed that his misbehavior with Temp V had cost him his life, and he now has only months to live. Then there's Ryan, the center of it all. Ryan decided to depart with his father, Homelander, after the struggle with Soldier Boy, Star. The Seven's leader then introduced his son to a mob of alt-right supporters who cheered Homelander as he murdered a protester in public. Ryan offered a worrisome smirk when he noticed his father's reaction. "We were hoping to set up this war for Ryan's soul," Kripke explained. "I don't believe the game is done. I believe Ryan noticed something, and we should all be concerned because if he becomes another Homelander, it will be disastrous for the globe. But he is still Becca's child, and Butcher has a chance to bring him into the light." Following that, more details on The Boys Season 4 storyline. The good news is that Starlight, Moriarty, has a new power. She can fly when supercharged, and has officially joined The Boys, who are based in New York City's Flatiron District. They may be more concerned with preventing U.S. Rep. Victoria Newman, Doomit, from becoming Vice President of the United States. If that happened, we should call her President, since she would assassinate her running partner. Department of Dirty Tricks, the first episode of Season 4, is written by David Reed and directed by Phil Scarica. Reed previously authored the Season 3 episodes The Only Man in the Sky and The Instant White Hot Wild. The Boys Season 4 premiere is the sixth episode directed by Scarica, who previously led Season 1's Get Some, the Seasons 2 and 3 premieres, and Season 3's The Only Man in the Sky. On a smaller scale, literally, Kripke is preoccupied with reintroducing the super hamster Jamie into the fold told, as the Beast escaped from its Russian confinement. "I'm not sure how to bring him back into the tale, but I don't want this to be the end of Jamie," he explained. "For example, this superpowered homicidal hamster is out in Russia. I'm desperate to figure out how to get him back into this plot. It must be done." Next up, will The Boys have a spin-off? The Boys presents Diabolical, an anthology spin-off launched earlier this year, revealing previously undisclosed parts of the main show's universe. Seth Rogen, Awkwafina, Andy Samberg, Aisha Taylor, and Justin Roiland write the scripts for each episode, which have a distinct tone and animation style. In July, Amazon formally created a second spin-off, part college show, half Hunger Games. The show covers the lives of hormonal, competitive soups as they explore their physical, sexual, and moral boundaries while battling for the best contracts in the greatest cities. Gen V stars Jazz Sinclair, Chance Perdomo, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Lizzie Broadway, Shelley Kahn, Maddie Phillips, London Thor, Derek Liu, Asa German, Sean Patrick Thomas, and Marco Pegosi. A release date has yet to be determined. However, since filming began in May 2022, it is expected to be published in 2023. In Gen V, there will also be overlap with the main show's history. When the show was still called Varsity, Kripke, an executive producer campaign, is going on in the background of that season, and certain things are going on at that school in response to Season 3 of The Boys. There's Soldier Boy, for example, but new themes are also emerging in the spin-offs that we need to pick up and incorporate into the program's 4th season. And finally, are Maeve, Soldier Boy, and Black Noir truly gone? 3 key characters left the program in distinct ways at the end of Season 3. Maeve, Dominique McElliott, who appears to have sacrificed herself, is seen alive, but has lost all of her powers due to Soldier Boy's, Jensen Ackles' catastrophic blast. She is seen with her ex-girlfriend Elena again as she leaves New York to escape Homelander. Meanwhile, Soldier Boy is returned to the cold storage facility where he began, and Black Noir, Nathan Mitchell, is brutally murdered by Homelander after he realizes Noir knew about his link with Soldier Boy but kept it hidden. Kripke told Deadline that all 3 actors might return in some manner. "We won't get to the end of the series without seeing Maeve," Kripke stated. "I hope we see Soldier Boy again. For example, we thought that we needed to remove her protector for Annie/Starlight, Erin Moriarty, to mature appropriately. It started to become narratively tough because every time she was really in a bind, Maeve could walk up and kick some ass, and we kind of need Annie to be in a situation where she might be in actual danger if she can't figure it out for herself." When asked about Black Noir, Kripke stated, "Here's what I'll say without giving anything away. The particular individual who is Black Noir is dead. His organs are all over the place, but they're quite easy to recast with a completely quiet, entirely disguised hero." Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.